Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. And today we're getting into a story time. If you saw over on my Instagram, I said that I'm going to start alternating my story times. So in between Ho Tips videos, I'm going to do story times. But also, I'm not just going to be doing college story times. I'm going to be doing high school story times as well. And I don't know, I wasn't really too wild in high school, but towards like the end of junior year into senior year, I kind of started, feeling myself a little bit, feeling free. And then obviously college, there's just a whole bunch of stuff that goes on in college. So we're doing a high school story time today. And this is the story of the time that my high school boyfriend's dad almost shot him because we were skipping school. I was doing dumb shit, this is what I'm saying. Could have just ended up with a hole in my leg or worse, But yeah, so let's get into it. So basically, when I was in high school, my high school was really, 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 really weird. Like, I'm gonna write a book about it. I feel like there should be a movie or something because my high school was really weird. It was like one of its kind, or one of two like it in the country. It basically was like combining online learning with in-person learning, and like it sounded good. Like it sounded like a good idea until I got there. But yeah, so basically there was supposed to be two schools. One was supposed to be an art school, and that's kind of how I got looped into it. But yeah, my high school was just really, 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 really strange. And then none of us want to be there. So yeah, that's another reason why I felt like I should start telling high school story times, because my high school experience was very strange. But yeah, so none of us really wanted to be there. Like I said, when I started my junior year, I was like, I'm going to college. I had a boyfriend, feeling myself. I was like, I hold this school on my back. I was getting straight A's. Like, I was always getting asked for something. I was always asking me to do something. I'm like, y'all can't say shit to me. Like, I started feeling myself. I'm like, if not me, then who? Like, really, what can y'all do to me, So, at this point, I'm like, when did I start? Did I start skipping school when I was a junior or when I was a senior? I don't know, but at this point I'm 17. That's all I know. I'm 17, so I'm probably a senior. And I decided I wanted to have sex. Now, mind you, my parents, or at least my mom, was like very, very overprotective. So in my mind, I was like, there's no other way for me to do this, because I don't feel like I could have lied well enough to, just like have a weekend to myself rather than go to my boyfriend's house. So I was like, all right, bet I'm gonna skip school, because the way it was set up is that like I used to take the bus to school. So my boyfriend lived in the same city our high school was in, but I lived like a city over or up. So I would take the bus to school and, meet my friends or whatever and go into school. But when I decided that I was going to skip school to be a nasty little thing, I would take the bus to where I normally get off, and then I would get on. Oh no, that's not even true. I wouldn't even get off, because my bus would take me like past my high school to this park where we would meet at. Like, he would come from his house and meet me, because I wasn't going to his house by myself. I would have got lost. I would have been confused. Like, who knows what happened. So he would come from his house to meet me, and I would come from my house and not get off at my normal stop and go to the park and meet him. And then we would get back on the bus to go to his house. It was so much. It was so complicated. But this is what you do when you're a teenager and you just want to do dumb shit. So basically, like, the way that well, I didn't really explain my high school, but it's really set up like an office building, like it's in an office building. And there's cubicles and shit. Like we have classrooms, but there's a big room full of cubicles. So the reason why that is important is because when we started doing this, I feel like the only people that noticed was my best friend and his best friend. And at some point they told me, like, they came together and were like, where's Amari? Where's my boyfriend? And yeah, it was just obvious because like we literally sat so close to each other, and my high school was really small, so like if one of us wasn't there or if somebody wasn't there, you would notice. So we usually just decide that we was gonna do this like every, I don't know, a few weeks or whatever. So by this day we had already did it like at least once, but probably a couple of times, because we had got called, y'all. We had got called multiple times. And I don't know what the fuck was wrong with us, because we just kept doing it. Like, I guess what was really wrong with us is that we was horny and we couldn't go to my house because my parents is crazy. Like, his parents is crazy, but my parents is also crazy. So basically, when we would go there, it was like we wouldn't be in his room. We would be on the third floor. So his house was big. So the first floor, I think his aunt and his cousin lived in there. The second floor, him, his mom, and his dad lived in there. And then the third floor, it was just like, they would use it for storage, but it was another bedroom up there. So we used to go up there as to not, as to avoid getting caught easiest. So we used to be on the third floor. So we do the whole thing, like we go, we skip school, we, meet at the park or whatever, and we up there, we do the do, we're driving, and normally we would like go to the corner store and get food afterwards, because I'm telling y'all, we would skip the whole day. I'm talking about we get there and we not leaving the house until it's like time for people to be leaving school. Like, I would take the bus home, like I came to school in my uniform and everything. So normally we would go and go to the store. So, we was chilling. We had been up there the whole day or whatever. Chilling, vibing. Everything's cool. And like, he a little paranoid. Like, he'll look out the window or whatever. Like, oh, is somebody coming home? Or if he hears something, he'll be like, oh, is somebody here? Like, stay here. I'll go check. Da-da-da. Y'all, I think he looked out the window and seen his father pulling up, right? Now, I have anxiety. My heart used to doing this, okay? So, he's like, all right, we want to sneak out. I'm like, okay. I'm not getting caught by your crazy ass dad. Like, it's just not finna happen, so I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not agile. Like, I don't even know what he's really talking about for real. So like I said, we're on the third floor. So the bedroom that we're in is on this side. There's another bedroom across the hall. In between these two bedrooms is the stairs where you come up, right? So we go across the hall. He's like, we're going to climb out onto the roof. Going to what? Like, do you know who I am? Like, do you know who I am? What are you talking about? We're going to climb onto what? How are we going to get down from the roof? I had so many questions. I'm like, what? You want me to what? But at this point, we might get caught. We can't have that happen, right? So I'm like, I just remember there's like a dresser or something, and we had to like climb through like the storage that was up there to get to the window. So we both get out the window. Like, mind you, we're making noise. Like, I'm horrified. We both get out the window. We're standing up there looking stupid, like looking fucking dumb. Like, I just know that we're looking dumb because the way that we're standing up there, like, cars could pass us and see us. So we look like we're doing some dumbass shit. So I'm standing there. I'm like, how are we gonna get down from here? Or at least how am I gonna get down from here? Like, like I said, I'm not agile. Like, I was a fucking ballet, jazz, and hip hop dancer. I didn't do no damn sports. I don't run. I ran track for like 3.5 minutes. Okay, I was like, how are we gonna get down from here? So eventually we realized that we could not get down from there. I forgot what this man said to me. Like, I really don't know what he said, but we were trying to figure out a different way to leave, like, or something. And I don't know what his plan was, because I'm like, you have to go through your father. I think, honestly, he wanted his dad to, like, go into the second floor so that we could, like, sneak casually down the stairs past him. I feel like that was some dumbass shit, to be honest, but, like, we were stressed out, so we're standing up there. By this point, I'm back in the room. Like, I went back past the stairs, back into the room. Like, we're gonna figure this out. So he's about to go down the steps. Like, he's literally standing by the steps, about to go down the steps. And I can't remember if his dad announced himself or what, but I'm standing in the room. Like, I'm not behind him, but I'm standing in the room and I can see him, but I can't see his dad. And so he is about to go down the stairs, and his father comes up the stairs, and he is holding a gun. He was prepared to shoot this man because he thought that we were intruders. So he just said something like, "Hi, Pop." And this man is holding a gun. A gun. He's like, "I almost shot you." Because we went to sit and be nasty. Like, child. Almost shot his child. I was almost a witness to this man shooting his child. So, after he realized that we're not intruders, he's like, "Okay, take her to the bus stop. We'll talk when you get back." Because he's livid. He's mad as fuck. Like I said, I'm pretty sure we had... I know we had done it before, but I'm not sure if we had got caught before, but we had gotten caught. Like, between this story and the end of my fucking senior year, we had got caught. So, literally, after that, I'm pretty sure, like, when I got home, because, like, it was a while for me to get home, because, like, he lived deep in, like, the town that my high school's in. And, like I said, I live, like, not up the hill. If you're from where I'm from, you know I don't live up the hill. But I lived up the hill from him. But yeah, so I'm riding home on the bus. I gotta take 2 buses to get home. I'm frightened, freaking the fuck out, panicking, quivering, shaking. Because I'm like, this is not good. And at some point, he told me that his dad was threatening to tell my family. We already covered that my family is crazy as hell, overprotective as fuck. My mother is a teacher. If she found out that I was skipping school to have sex with a boy, I would not be sitting here right now speaking to y'all. Like, she had her little ideas of what she thought that I was doing. But if it had been confirmed, like, this lady almost knocked my door off my hinges because my teacher called my mom one time saying that I was sitting on my boyfriend's lap. So just imagine the kind of shit that would ensue. But yeah, so his dad was hell-bent on telling my mother. Like, so excited. Like, I feel like he just, like... which was, like, kind of like my first time encountering, like, the difference between how girls and boys are treated, like, as it goes to sex, or as it relates to sex. Because, like, he was so, like, oh my goodness, she's skipping school and she's having sex. We gotta tell her mother. Your son brought me here. Fuck. Like, it was just some weird ass shit. Like, eventually, both our parents met. I was scared that day. I was scared that one of them was just gonna say something. Like, his mom was so much nicer. She was so nice. And I felt so bad that she was with that man. Like, literally, I wrote this poem It's gonna be in my second book, and it's to all my ex's moms. It's like really, it's a weird concept, but it's because like I feel like at least for me as a woman, seeing the way that women have been treated like outside of my own family, I'd be like, mm-mm, and that's why your child fucked up. Anyway, but yeah, y'all, almost got shot. And then his dad tried to tell my mom what we was doing. His mom literally talked him out of it. I don't know how. I do not know how she convinced him not to tell on us or tell on me. Because I'm like, my dad would have killed his ass, and then my mom would have killed me. We wouldn't be alive. Like, we wouldn't be alive right now. Girl, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like, looking back on it now, it's funny, but like, it's no reason why I should have almost, well, I didn't almost get shot, but just imagine almost getting shot to skip school for some dick, like for some high school dick. Girl, it was my first. We lost our virginity to each other. So, now y'all know way more about me than y'all should. But yeah, just doing dumb shit in high school. And then, I'm trying to think of my next story time. Oh, I think I'm gonna tell y'all, my next story time, I'm gonna tell y'all the first time I drank a Four Loko in college. Because that night was any fucking thing. And they told me that was after, because I was drinking with my friends that were older, and they told me that was, they told me it was after they changed the Four Loko recipe or whatever. Like, I'm a 90s baby, I'm an in the 90s baby, and I feel like between us and the 2000 babies, they changed it or whatever, because the niggas that's older than me, like the 95 babies, and before that, they said it used to really fuck you up, so I cannot imagine. But stay tuned. I gotta go to work and go do adult things. But I hope y'all having a lovely, marvelous, and spectrum-tacular day, because the only things that matter here are you, me, the arts, and the fact that none of the other shit matters anyway, so you might as well have fun. And yeah, I will see y'all on, what's the day? I will see y'all on Sunday, because my new posting schedule is Sunday and Wednesday. So stay tuned. Bye, lovelies.